Hi, this is Elizabeth Blandon from Blandon Law with the next in the series of videos as to how you can complete an asylum application. This video is about page 5, which asks some of the most important questions in the asylum application. The first thing to pay attention to is that you should answer the last question on this page before answering any others. The last question asks why you are afraid to return to your home country. Now, what I always tell my clients is they should have some reasons as to why they're afraid to return. Because if they are not afraid to return, they may not be considered asylees. In other words, asylum may not be the best option for them at all. Most clients can tell me as to why they're afraid, things that they've experienced in their home country, but perhaps they haven't. I had one client who came to the United States when she was a year old, and she became what is known as refugee surplus. In other words, things that happened to her in the United States affected why she feared going back to her country, personal changes in her life when she was here. So you can have fear of returning to your country in the past, even though nothing happened to you in that country. But that answer is very important for another question. You answer whether you're afraid. The answer must be yes, because if it is no, you may not qualify for asylum. So when you say, yes, I am afraid, then there's an area where you state why you are afraid. What I would suggest is you do not put all the details in that area. You simply put, see my separate statement, which will have all your details. That's question B. Question A, however, asks whether you, your family members, your colleagues, your friends have ever experienced any mistreatment, harm, or importantly, even threats. And the reason it's important to state, again, what has happened. So you answered below that you were afraid, and then in that question you answer very briefly that yes, certain people were threatened, mistreated, or harmed. See further details in my statement. The surprises in this page are at the top, right? Because the surprise is, why do you fear? Race and nationality are important because in some countries people are harmed just because they belong to certain race or ethnic groups, like Native Americans in some parts of Central America. Political opinion is an opinion on any policy of the government. Religion, importantly, is not only a specific religion, but also any opinion about a belief system. So if you're an atheist, that is also perhaps considered religion and political opinion, as well as particular social group. Particular social group is an entirely different video, and I would ask you to take a look at that. But you must put in your application why you fear harm. Also, if you fear you're going to be tortured, it's important to indicate that you are asking also for protection from the Convention Against Torture in the first page and also on this 5th page. It's been a pleasure helping you. I wish you all the best and look forward to continuing this series on your behalf. And to all our clients, we're always here to open the door to your success.